What's happening, guys? Welcome back to my walkthrough for Shadow of the Erdtree. So we're now on episode 6, picking up from the Pillar Path across side of Grace. Now we want to make sure it's nighttime moving forward, guys, and all we're doing is we're heading back up towards where that camp was, get on the main road, and heading on up for the tower. Now if you want to put a marker there, you can. However, should you hit the main road, not like you're going to miss it. So we're going to slowly work our way up. There's like one consumable, and there'll be a larval tier like right around here. We're going to make sure we have. That's why we want it to be nighttime, as that's the only time they actually appear. Now, since we get to the larval tier, we'll probably fast travel back at the side of Grace we pick up along the way, as that is going to allow us to change it to daytime, because there's something I want to show you guys. So that's our plan moving forward. I think it is worth it and beneficial to actually slowly work our way up this road. And I'm probably going to go back to the axes. People enjoy checking out the DLC weapons. But we do have a curse blade up here. Everything else we could deal with pretty easily. But I'm probably just going to hit him with Afterboard. Try to put him down as quick as possible, because he's such a trick to deal with. Let me get back to our DLC weapons. But that Ash of War just makes pain in the asses like him much easier to deal with, right? So it was also a dog here with it. Because I just came and, obviously took notes and all this stuff. There was actually a dog as well. There's one to look out for, if memory serves. There you go. Grave Glover at 6. That's probably one of the, better things along the path, aside from just like crafting stuff and things like that. We'll also be wanting to keep a bow handy, as we do have another pot spray bell bearing this episode as well. If you guys want to go off and look around, we have to hit the lower portion down there on this side of the bridge. And that's, kind of what's below us. So, the edge is right here. You're not really, going to miss anything. So, hell, same thing for their side, Edge right here, so. Now, when we get to the side of Grace, there is a path that splinters off of this. And we're going to get to it eventually. But for right now, let's go ahead and get this dialogue. What I noticed when I was taking notes is if you don't get this dialogue now, if you're going to stay on this path, you end up missing this first part of it. This is Egon. This dude's wild. If you're wearing headphones, turn them down. Trust me, you'll thank me for it.
My legs! Each lies a bloody ruin! Bale! Vile Bale! Oh, terror incarnate! There is life in me yet! I will soon feast upon your heart! Mark my words! You too shall know fear!
Yeah, so that's Egon.
Pain.
Exquisite pain.
Exquisite.
These takes forever to talk, unfortunately, but really cool dialogue. And we'll get more into that, in depth here soon. But firstly, we need to go get our ancient dragon Smith and Stone, as we want to, we're going to keep finding weapons and shields and stuff like that, even for basic weapons. Somber weapons are all well and good, and 99% of the time that's what we're going to be using, me especially. But there's still some good shields and stuff like that you're going to fully upgrade, and there are even a few basic weapons that, I don't know, even if you have a good, I always tell everyone, like on my walkthrough especially, we talked about this, even if you love these weapons, love any weapon, and it's a somber weapon, that's your main weapon, it's always good to have a fully upgraded basic weapon you really enjoy too. Because if you fight Deathbirds, you can put Holy on, you know what I mean? You fight something with fire, you can put Frost on. Fight something with fire, you fight something with Frost, you can put fire on, you know what I mean? So, you fight anything dead, you put Holy on. So it's nice to have a basic weapon you can change the affinity on at all times. I do. Now, they like to blend in. So the lower portion, not too much to run into that, like the birds blending in as statues, but towards the top, there's quite a few. Like, as you work your way up, like, those two are obviously real statues, but They do blend in quite well. Two fours. And I forget if they just drop fours or if they drop other stones too, the birds in particular, because it seems like we're always getting fours. I want that to hit you. Thank you. Alright, we're getting there slowly but surely, guys. There's a few things left. And see, when it does hit, it's quite nice. Alright, there's our larval tier. We're gonna take out this gentleman. Okay, so they drop fives and stuff too. Okay, it's probably just like a rare chance drop, but you can still get them. Come on, buddy, walk over the rocks. So now we can go over this way, get our larval tier. Another one to add to the collection. And I still know of some, let's jump back to Pillar Path Waypoint. So I still know of like one or two in the base game, in case anyone needs any. And I say this because they're more like well hidden. So the chances that you actually got them might be low. So if anyone, because DLC makes you respec a lot your first time through, let's be honest. There's so many just great weapons you want to try out. It might make you switch up your build entirely. In my first playthrough, I came here Strength Faith, left Dex Intelligence. You know, you just never know. We're going to go to noon. I don't want it all misty. So we're going to be on top of this tower and so overlook pretty much the whole realm of shadow. So for that, I just want to make sure we can see, as we're about to get onto this Cerulean Coast and Charlotte's Hidden Grave. I tried to look off the first clip down here to kind of show you guys, but this is going to give you a much better picture. And it's also going to show Jagged Peak much clearer. And we will probably be up to Jagged Peak this episode, or really close to. Because after this tower, all we're going to have is the Forge, some loose loot out in the world, and we'll be going to the Dragon Pit, which leads to, you know, the Jagged Peak. If you guys want to take these guys out again, you can. You don't have to. I mean, we got all the items that are worth getting on the way up. Just to make everyone feel better. Let's go circle around back. I couldn't remember if there's anything there or not. I guess we could do that, yeah. Before we head down, like we're going to go ahead and take the tower up. Before we head down to our next area, we'll just kind of do like a one-over. Stop it. Okay, we're just going to do like a once-over of this area as there are some, God, buddy. There's some like little cliffs we can kind of jump on over there. I didn't write anything down on my notes. I forgot to check it. It's just like a little section like this right here. It's like nothing. But I wanted to say from memory there may have been like some craftable items or something over there. Now, how many cracked pots do we have? Because before we actually do Charlotte's Hidden Grave, we're going to want to make sure we have access to at least 5 hefty cracked pots. So we have 3. Yeah, it's not going to be enough to take up that golem. Yeah, we're going to need 5. So eventually you're going to start finding golems. So this is your ancient dragons with the stone. We're going to start fighting golems that have armor around their legs. And the only way to hurt them is to get above them and throw fire pots inside of them up top. However, 1, 2, 3, it's not enough to kill them. You're going to need like 4 or 5. So, you know, I'm going to keep that in mind. So, now we can see grid. As always, suggest we don't have a telescope. We do have a bow we can zoom in with. So, that is the very last dungeon in the game. Really cool. It actually will unveil itself, you know, late game. Now this is pretty cool, a little bit of lore here. The very center of the lands between all manners of death wash up here, only to be suppressed. So this had me thinking like, okay, well the Tartarus were woken up from somewhere. Is this where we were when we woke up at the beginning of the game? You know? I mean, it makes you think. So that's the Jagged Peak. We'll be working our way all the way up there to fight a monster of a dragon. Fucking legendary fight, if you ask me. So that's the Jagged Peak. Everything in red you see right here. That's Char's Hidden Grave. Really cool area. Pretty much like a death-filled area, like skeletons, tibia mariners, death birds, stuff like that. Then you can barely see it while this blue, that's the Cerulean Coast. And right down over here, where you see that big hole, that leads to like a mini underground area with the Remembrance boss. That's what we'll be locked out of until the Great Room breaks. So that's why we kind of want to wait to do that area until we can do it all at once, as, you know, it just makes the most sense. Like, why start doing something we can't finish, you know what I mean? But now we can jump back to Pillar Path Waypoint and go on into our first forge. Now, forges are cool. They're kind of like mini dungeons, like your catacombs and caves and stuff like that. However, they're not going to be, like, they don't end in a boss fight. Instead, they end in just giving you a weapon, and Ancient Dragon Smith, or Ancient Dragon Smith and Stone say, have a nice day, don't worry, no boss, no, you know, it's crazy. I really thought that was awesome. You get a badass weapon, really rare upgrade map, and no boss to fight. Which is kind of shitty because we all love boss fights, but at the same time, there's plenty of bosses, guys. There's only 3 forges, and that's just how they work. So obviously taking the main path down. If I could pull up my map, I would. Now we're going to want, for what we're about to do, guys, we're going to want weapons that do strike damage, blunt damage, you know. Because there's certain enemies in these forges. They're made of rock, and they only have one weak spot on their back. Kind of looks like a little jewel. But they're extremely, like, resilient, you know what I mean? It's just hard to hurt them. Get out of here. You especially, good sir. Alrighty. So now we got that. Oh, forward press on. We're about to pull up the map. This is where we are. Like, that was the main road for the tower. And we're just right on the inside, kind of near where the camp was. Just under that, pretty much. And we're going to be going right over here, like on this little cliff going down, to get like a repeater crossbow or spread shot crossbow, and then we'll just be working our way down to the forge. So just so you guys know where we're going. Damn, my marker was damn near dead on. Probably spent too much time in the DLC, I guess. So the Asher board will do like multiple shots at once. Then we can just kind of circle on around back here. Get 3 5s. Like I said, stuff really adds up, guys. Really want to try to get it all. Now we're good to go to the forge. So that's a couple of these big guys up front and some foot soldiers. They're all just kind of fighting with each other. You can ignore them if you want. I like to clear the area, obviously, but you don't have to. It's up to you. Right, there's going to be an even bigger pile of these assholes to contend with. They're gonna be just right up here. I was just looking for something in the area. and finish off the big bro. So before we go in, we're just going to be going around the little edges here, making sure we have all the loot, um, crafting stuff. So the forge is right here, throughout, in this little structure. So it's pretty much just backed by itself, guys. There's no way to get lost. But like I said, there's some stuff we want to grab. We just did a little circle easy enough. So let's re-enter there. But yeah, like I said, you're going to want a weapon that does some blunt damage to deal with these guys in here. As I mentioned, they're extremely resilient, and they're made of rocks with only one actual weak spot. I have been able to stagger them from the front before, and then just kind of getting critical attacks on their back once they've been staggered. But most likely, or the best way to deal with them is to actually just work that weak spot on their back. Right. So what I was looking for was a pest. I know he's in this area. I didn't want to just make you guys wait while I go through my notes. But if I can't remember off the top of my head, we'll be getting it first thing next episode. So I know he's right here somewhere, right around the forge. And that's the one that has the Forge Brew Cookbook one. I said, we found the two. Makes me think we missed one, but it was probably in a later area because it's not a linear game. Well, it's right around here, so that's what make sure I actually get to it. Now, since we're after a blunt weapon, let's go with Beast Claw Hammer. And this actually does great scaling in Dex too. So what was that, slot 1? Yeah, we're already getting almost 1,000 damage on it. So, talk to him. By grace of Airseed, another rock I shall find of this, I have no doubt. The altar of the forge cannot be far. So that's what you're looking for. The altar of the forge. When you come into these forges, you find the altar, you're good to go. That's how they end. So hit them where they're weakest. That's a note left by FromSoft, not one that, someone's spamming you with. So you could try to sneak, it doesn't work, you see the little red glowing rock on his back. That's what we're after here. You see the damage we're looking at. A whole lot. They have weird, they really stall with their attacks. Weird. Like I said, you can stagger them from the front. With the blunt weapon, you get really beefy damage from critical. I did a critical on them with the bonus weapon, which is, a light greatsword, really damaging. But the critical, I kid you not, is virtually no damage at all. Like nothing at all. It's crazy. So you gotta have blood, just like when you're dealing with the regular miners, and in the base game. So let's get our stones. We get all of them. Yeah, get your stones, get your crafting stuff. And you're also gonna have the little fire blob guys. You're gonna see them hanging. Now these guys like to interfere, and that's a very tedious fight with the big guys already. So you kind of want to watch out for them, guys. Make sure they're not dropping on your head, because that's really annoying as hell. And also, the forges have your smith script weapons in them as well. We'll be getting our first ones here, which will be the daggers. Definitely the least impressive of the bunch, but you gotta start somewhere, right? So from here, we're going to go down the ladder. Oh wait, no, we want to hit the higher portion first, and then link back around. I'm trying to think of how we should do this the best way. Yeah, it's going to stick to the top first. I think it may be best. So we're just going to roll off on the side here. Make sure you turn around after you roll, because there's some pretty decent stuff over here, guys. Like that. Greater Potentate's Cookbook. Hefty Volcano Pots. I don't have to tell you, that one's going to be devastating. The regular volcano pots were crazy. I remember getting hit by him with some demi-humans in the base game. I was like, what the fuck? I'm not about to die to a freaking demi-human at level 120, you know? But you will if you're not careful. Yeah, that's going to lead all the way back to or item. Okay, okay. So, let's stick to the top. Go ahead and go in here. We're going to go down this ladder. We're going to pull a lever that we're going to need to actually access the altar. Because once you clear that big room, it leads you on out to here, and it kind of, you know, this is pretty much like the end of it. But you got to get to this lever. So if you went to the bottom first, you still have to come all the way back around and get this. So that's going to lower this pipe. And this is what you've seen in the trailer for the DLC. And then you go on up that, and that takes you to the altar. However, there's still a lot of stuff in here to get. There's also a few more of the big guys to fight. A couple tedious fights ahead. Good amount of smithing stones and stuff worthwhile. So, got 3 7s. Like I said, they just throw them at you. They want you to try out these weapons and, you know, really take advantage of everything in the DLC. I really like that. I'm gonna jump to this edge. Now this puts us back at the start. So, you know, that was the best route to take. So that's the ladder we would have came down. Make sure you go behind here. Get your stones. And we'll have a big guy over here. First, we're going to go to this little section, get rid of him, so he's not getting all in our fight. Like I said, the fight's annoying enough. We don't, you know, need any other interferences, if you ask me. There you go. You thought you were going to elbow drop me. Not freaking happening, buddy. Yeah, the blunt weapon is a huge difference. I swear, fighting with the lighter weapon, which before I really learned that, I was fighting these guys like spinning in circles, just getting a heavy attack here, heavy attack there. It took me so long to break their stance. Then the weapon I was using did no critical damage. I had to like kind of, instead of getting a critical, I stepped back and just wailed on them 20 times on a good spot instead, which ended up working, but... Alright, so we go back here for another one, and more smithing stones. Pretty much the main gist of it, but he won't actually turn around. You can go ahead and leave a couple of charge attacks, get that critical. Makes things a lot easier. Now we're gonna let you know. You got a little bit of help, don't worry, we'll take it from him. There you go. And sometimes I do want to mention that these rock guys, they'll drop like somber 8s, so it's quite nice. Make sure you're actually taking them all out. There's one forge we get to where I usually just run past them because there's like 2 and 3 of them in a room, and it's quite a pain in the ass. And we already cleared it all that quick. Okay, I'll take it. So now this is the lower path to where we pulled the lever. So if you would have just dropped off that edge, that's where it leads you. There's gonna be one of the glowy guys, blobby guys, blobby, blobbert. I'm just kidding. But he's gonna try to jump down. Where's the little bastard? Nope, there he is. Alright. Now we can get you crazy, bro. Weird ass face. You see, you do like no damage. Wow. These little tedious enemies aren't really a threat. Not really, you know. They can, I mean, they do a lot of damage, but they're just slow and sluggish. But because of that, they hit like absolute trucks, you know, to make up for it. Alright, get more stones and come over here for our Smith's Grip daggers. So, in general, Smith's Grip weapons are going to work like this. The R1 attack does like regular attacks, you know, like regular light attacks, and the R2 will throw. Then they also have Ashes of War on them. However, the daggers are different. The daggers are all throw attacks. So R1, I mean, two-handing it. Obviously, much better moveset. I was actually thinking about doing a Smith's Grip build. That'd be something I would stream, obviously, but these are some interesting weapons. In fact, one of the main boss weapons, Vesper's weapon, is a Smith's Grip weapon. You know, so there's some pretty cool, unique stuff. And it's just, if you're looking for something different, it's definitely different. Then the R2 is a heavy, charged, and then the Ash of War does like a charged burst. You know, so it's probably gonna do more stagger, more damage. Most of them are badass. These first ones are just like probably something to play with for now. And if you look, as I mentioned prior, as far as putting your builds together, it's kind of telling you guys like what you should probably go after if you want to use Smith's Grip. You're gonna need 11 int, 11 faith, and that's always right for every Smith's Grip weapon. Keep that in mind. I'm guessing it's because how it just appears back in your hand. There's gotta be something magical about it. That's like my only guess. But other than that, just 11 decks. So you actually get scaling with everything, but hardly any scaling is going to come from int or faith. So that's Smith's Grip Dagger, and we'll get some more ones. Like I said, as soon as we go get our sites of grace down south, we're going to go for all of our forges. And we're not going to do all the other content in those areas, but having access to all the Smith's Grip weapons, including the big great hammer, the axe, the shield, and the spear, is just going to be nice. Now, this is a run and jump, and it's a very late jump. Now, if you miss it, there'll be a ledge behind you. You can kind of turn to, because like I said, that's a very late jump. We barely made it. So you're going to go there and climb back up if you happen to miss it. Now, this lava isn't like Dark Souls 3 lava. It's not going to kill you in 2 seconds. It's like the base game lava. So we're going to have to do it 2 blobbies. So take care of Blobert and Blaberta over here. Oh no. I thought maybe not do that locked on. When you're on ledges like this, in case you guys don't know, and you're locked on, like if the enemy falls off and you're walking, it kind of like pulls you sometimes. So you want to be careful. If you see that other area over there and you're thinking that's like some optional secret path, that's just the beginning where we came in at. So nothing to worry about. Then we can go up here and get a really badass colossal weapons, even though it's not my thing. I know a lot of people will really appreciate it, and a ancient dragon smithing stone. You always get an ancient dragon smithing stone in your forges. The last one will actually give us 2 of them though, so it's quite nice. That's the anvil hammer, ancient dragon smithing stone. So like I said, usually at the end of these you get badass weapons, but also the last one gives us a summon of those like rock guys, so quite tanky. There's that at least. It puts us up to 8, and then the anvil hammer, so 39 strength, 20 faith, 11 int still is, I'm guessing that's because it does some kind of Smith's Grip type thing. Smithing art spears is the Ash of War, so that's probably why. But yeah, 39 strength, 10 dex, 11 int, and 20 faith. So it's going to do fire damage, it's going to do massive physical damage. C scaling and strength unupgraded, D and faith unupgraded, so that's obviously going to go way, way, way up. I'm going to put it on to show you guys. Obviously, I don't reach requirements. We're not going to see much with it. And even if I two-handed it, I don't, really reach requirements either. But very much a colossal weapon. So my problem with the colossal weapons is the moveset. It's just really repetitive. Same thing. And then you're out in the open world for regular progression. You got a lot of little guys in front of you. You're just getting hit left and right. It's just so... I don't know, it's really weird, But if you're into colossal weapons, I don't think anything's going to be much better than this, you know what I mean? Besides the next one we get. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So from there, I guess what would be best, well, we already did the open world stuff. We want to do the Dragon's Pit. So yeah, just go back to Pillar Path Waypoint, that would be the best. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and look at my notes really, really, really quick. I want to see where I wrote down where this cookbook was.
Pain. My arms, my legs.
I might just have to come back again next episode. I don't want to be, looking at my notes while we should be getting some stuff. outside the forge. Okay, we'll come back for it, guys. I have it written outside the forge, but I didn't see it. We're just gonna do a quick run. We'll just take this way around to the Dragon's Pit, see if we can see it. Because the reason being, I mean, we do need to try to get all of them for Moore's Quest. I don't think you have to. But I will say that they're, like, when it comes to crafting stuff, the Forge or Brewed cookbooks is actually shit, like, I would, take the time to craft. Like, it's really nice, unique type stuff, very much worth it, in my opinion. Especially the later cookbooks. The stuff is just quite good in them. At the bottom? Well, that's where we got the spread crossbow, though. So if it was over here, we would have seen them, I feel like. Alright, well, we're not going to waste any more time on it. Like I said, I'll go through in between this and my next episode and make sure I'm actually, know exactly where to go. I need to write down stuff more specific than around the forge. I guess I thought I'd remember when I got to the area, That's fine. So, we're just going to take this straight back. No, we're not doing that yet. We're not doing that yet. There's Dragon's Pit. It's not there. It's over here. Okay, Pillar Path Waypoint. I was right the first time. I was just trying to find that cookbook. So like I said earlier, you're going to need a bow. We have a bow bearing to go for it. So you're going to take this path. And it's hard to even see, but this path is like actually this way. So it's even another path. There's like 4 down in here. We've already talked to Egon. Let's talk to him again, see if there's more dialogue. Okay, he's repeating himself. So now we need to get ready for a fight. So we're about to be invaded by the ancient Dragon Man. There's also going to be grave birds. Get in your fight with this guy. So the invasion isn't bad at all. Now, when we go to the cave and fight him as a main boss of the cave, that's a little different, I will say, to be completely honest. He's got some one-shot moves going for sure, that his weapon does, and that's why we want to take him out, so we can get that weapon. Sounds like that's him already. Oh. Dude, good lord. I was not bothering you one bit, was I? And that's going to take you back up to the tower just to bring that back around for you. But right under here. No, who's he fighting, bro? Dodge that. Yeah, so this one's not too bad. It's like a, regular invader, pretty much. It's just a blood loss. God, he's like just spamming the same shit this guy does over and over. Alright, well, we're just gonna go straight on this time. I just wanted to kind of wrap the map back around for you guys and show you, hey, this is the area we just were, so it makes it easier to navigate for everybody, first and foremost. But also, I wanted to make sure nothing was on that ledge we were missing since we didn't drop down from that way. And so this fight isn't bad, but when we kind of just drop down, we're in the middle of it, things are a little bit different. Alright, so Ancient Dragon Man's going to spawn in any second. Now, it could have been up. I guess he spawns in a little further up. I just figured, because that's where our ruins was, or that's where we were, maybe that's why he progressed up farther, but no, it's right around the statue. Okay, let's get our runes. Oh, be careful for that one. God, he hits hard though, don't he? Welcome to the DLC. Keep in mind, invaders can heal. Bye-bye, Ancient Dragon Man. Now, you don't get anything for the invasion. Just so you guys know. Like, he doesn't give you anything. But, and I don't know if you have to do the invasion before you fight him as, main boss. Like, if he's not going to be there, if you don't fight him. I don't know any of that because I've always just fought him. You know, he was on the route. So there's no need not to. But I figured I'd say that. Because, like, why would they have him invade you right before they have you fight him? It's kind of weird. So if you go over this way, that's just, it's going to overlook Gravesite Plains. That's quite literally where we started and we, came in at, straight ahead. Because that's the Scorched Ruins. And there is stones. I mean, it's not like you missed that area. But, if there's something you forgot, you thought of, you can drop down there, I guess. I guess that's what it's for. Take them out. Heal up. Oh, I almost forgot. I told everyone to equip a bow because there's bell bearing to get, and I still almost forgot it. Because, like I said, these things are so damn hard to find. I think we're all going to be lucky that I even found this to begin with. So over here, right where we fought Ancient Dragon Man. I didn't find this one in first playthrough either, to be completely honest. I found the first one we got, but that was about it. So this one's with the mushrooms or the herbalist that lets you buy the rotted fruit. I'll show that off real quick. So as you see, rotted fruit. And we need that to give Torrance a consumable. They'll let him like burst through enemies. It does barely any damage, but it's kind of cool just to ram through enemies and clear a path for yourself, so. That's the only thing I've ever noticed that we crafted the rotted fruit, but it definitely deserves a mention. After we find a certain cookbook from a certain forager brood, we will then be able to get a cookbook from Moore in his quest, which is going to allow us to craft that from Torrent. And it is a pretty cool item. Before we go in, I just wanted to circle around and grab whatever we could. Because, believe it or not, guys, we were going to be using a lot of these red flesh mushrooms for certain fights, so I want to make sure we have them. You could also buy them from Moore. They're like 1,500 runes for a mushroom, bro, and they're like all around, they're all over the world, so. Alright, from here, I would suggest 2 different weapons, and I'll tell you why. We're going to have the Ancient Dragon Man at the end as a boss. And while you could use any weapon there, I'm not going to suggest it for that. What are we going to put on? But I would suggest something with Holy and something with Frostbite if you have it. Reason being, the cave itself is filled with dead enemies. So as you know, they're weak to Holy. And it's like the Faramazula dead enemies. They're really a lot of health, a lot of damage, real big dudes with the halberds. So yeah, I would definitely suggest something with Holy here for that. Then we fight a Magma Worm, the most formidable Magma Worm you've ran into up to this point. His lava will just instant kill you. Like, it's so overtuned. It actually really pissed me off my first playthrough. Like, how the fuck did they expect anyone to get past this? Like, seriously, it's so bad that I was at full health and I staggered him, and I was just trying to walk up and get a critical, thinking I could step through it in 2 seconds. I literally died before I got the critical with full health. It was ridiculous. I was probably only like fragment like level 2, but still, it was just a bit much. So with that being said, just be on your guard. And speaking of weapons, we never showed up the Swift Spear. Like I told you guys, I was a real big fan of this, even though I don't care for spears that only have thrust. But they have the swipe too, I'm all for it. But this one, I hit R1 once. 2 quick attacks, and if you hit R1 twice, you get like 5. Yeah. So just really cool weapon, I thought, because the moveset's so unique. Now obviously the heavy attacks are the same as every other spear. 1 charge forward and 1 downward thrust. Then pillar thrust, which can do a lot of damage, and definitely a lot of staggered damage. But yeah, definitely, worth talking about. I think you guys should mix up the R1s and R2s. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool, just. Really, put a good status effect on there that could really just mess some shit up. So in general, Magma Worms are weak to Blood Loss, Magic, and Frostbite. Obviously, Frostbite. So whatever weapon you have for that would, obviously be fine. Then dead enemies, you're going to want something with holy. Now, I'm not seeing many options. I'm going to run over to the round table hold real quick just to go ahead and upgrade Sacred Relic Spear. Oh, wait, no. We have, never mind. We should have just kept on what we had. I wasn't even thinking. We actually need some stat requirements. It's +9, does holy damage. That's good enough. Sacred Blade would be better than something for the Magma Worm. The hammer might actually work on him too because of the poise damage. So that might be nice. Or you could also, equip this and put frostbite on it. As I don't think I have a weapon that'll do frostbite damage right now. I'm only at 20 inch, so I can't use Dark Moon. Can't use Help and Steeple either. Because you need 22 int. Help and Steeple isn't upgraded. Damn, I wanted to go upgrade that bastard because Help and Steeple is pretty fun, I can just put on a talisman to reach the int we need for it. So right when we go down, where we at in time, guys? 41. Oh, looking beautiful. So right when we go down, right behind you, and you see that holy's really hitting them good. Turn straight around. Go grab you 4 smithing ones. Or 6 smithing ones. I apologize. That was 4. Now we got the big guy. See if we can sneak up and get a backstab because these guys are tough, man. There's multiple of these guys in there. There's a lot of them. Try to put him down fast as we can. This is what I say. Come in with fully upgrade weapons. Even though this is +9, we're still kind of getting a run for our money here. So taking this path just leads you back up top where we dropped from. So not a big deal. So this guy's gonna jump out at us. Hold up your shield. Get that stagger, put him down. And this is pretty much just like other caves, really short, you know what I mean? Just in and out. But it does lead you to new regions, so it's a very important one to do. Extremely so. Alright, so we're going to go over here. We have a big guy and then a guy behind him shooting crossbows. Always tell this to people. If you see, you're going through an area, there's like 10 regular dead guys, and one of those guys, I'm running for that big guy first every time. That's going to take him out before we grab the item over there. You don't want him shooting crossbows at us the whole time. Now, as soon as you get to this item, 2 dead guys are going to start crawling up from under the ground. You can usually have them dead before, they can get up. You know what I mean? The Sacred Blade will kill these guys outright, but Holy just does, increase damage. So do keep that in mind. Sacred Blade is probably a better choice. So you can drop down here. Your health is going to take a hit. Then you're going to land in between 2 of the big guys. So, I can't recommend doing that. However, we can go over here. And as soon as you get here, stick to the right side. You're going to kind of go uphill a little bit. And there's going to be a guy. Now, he would typically be shooting crossbows at you. Or, crossbow bolts at you. While you're trying to fight 2 big guys and another little one. So it's just kind of a headache, Backstab's gonna, save you a lot of headaches. That was 2 big ones. There he is. I was like, I swear it was. Alright, down. Now, if you were to progress this way going down, that's going to bring you to the main boss. However, there's a magma worm who, taking him out gets you another ancient dragon smithing stone for 1, a dragon's heart for 2, and runes obviously. So I do believe, it's worth our time and effort. Plus, it's a walkthrough. We got to clear fully clear everything, guys. As always, these boxes are a complete disaster. Like, it really is ridiculous at times. It really is. Can't summon here, so you just gotta beat him the old-fashioned way by yourself. So, work on your dodges. I always suggest, guys, 3 charge attacks usually. Yeah, he hits like a truck, as you can see. Oh, you bastard. Now you're gonna make me run all the way around and have to rebuild up your stagger bar, you piece of shit. He is, though. That was cheap. That was fucked up. His charge attack level was lava, pushed me way back in that corner. Oh, great. He's doing it again. Look at that. About one shot of it. Oh, yeah, please spam it. It would have really sucked if you didn't spam that. So, like I said, 3 charge attacks. 2. Wow. Was it 4 now? Usually it's always 3 charge and a critical. 3 charge critical. Better not screw me out of that critical asshole. He's got iframes while he's getting up. Keep that in mind. 1, 2. Oh, that fucking lava's gonna screw. You see what I'm saying about that lava? Yep. That's how it happens to you. Now lava's just, it's fucking bullshit, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not even irritated about dying. I'm just saying, like, in general, it's bullshit. Especially when you're sitting there trying to do a guide and help people, and you're trying to give them advice, and you're like, what the fuck can I possibly tell them to deal with that shit? You know what I mean? Don't get hit by lava that's completely covering a room that there's, like, hardly any room to fight, you know? Get good, y'all, you're on your own. Like, no, I'm trying to, like, guide you guys the best I can, but shit like that is ridiculous. I don't know how to help. So when he does the fire, that's kind of the attack you gotta want. Don't want to run out of time on the episode, but also don't want these guys killing us before we get back there. Let's see, maybe we could run past them. They might not, I mean, because we've already cleared it all, right? They might not follow us, and if they do, there's a high chance that his magma will kill them once and then keep them dead when they try to get up, you know? I'm just sitting there burning them. Kind of like the Mount Gelmir hero's grave. The dead guys go into the lava when you kill them, then the lava kills them the second time, so you're good, you know what I mean? So, let's see if this works out for us. This is supposed to increase stance breaking. Right, yeah, so that worked. Definitely killed him. Look out for that shit. Damn, right in the noggin. Definitely 2 charge attacks that time, so maybe, you know, really try to aim for the head. I know it's easier said than done, but we can get it. Ooh, that was a lucky dodge on my part. Fuck. Ooh, almost happened again. Just gonna go for these runes before I get myself killed on some bullshit for the second time. It was quite a bit there. Wow, I actually dodged that. That's wild. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, see, that's how I died. I was telling you guys about before. I was just trying to get a critical on the guy. And just walking through lava in 2 seconds just killed me outright. This thing's over. It's actually a good fun fight, but when the lava's just so overtuned like that, take a good fun fight and just be a huge pain in the ass. And they're hardly gonna get any runes for killing them. What we get, like 10,000? That's ridiculous. Because the fight's really hard when you take into account the lava. Like, the Magworm itself is not a hard fight. Like, at all. It's not, you know? Almost a joke, really. Once you've done it so much, it's really easy. It's like, fighting a troll, for that matter. But, with that lava just killed you that fucking quick. Thank God for his shit aim. Executioner's Great Axe. I've never gotten that drop before. I might have to fuck around with that. Probably don't meet the strength requirement, but still. No, it don't. 34 strength. Holy shit. I was kind of concerned late game, once we have access to all the weapons and we've showcased most of them, going to more of like a quality faith. So if I do, might be able to show some of the strength weapons off. I don't think we'll be able to get like our stats super high. You know what I mean? Like maybe only strength might hit 30 if we're lucky, but you know what I mean. Because we'll be able to take some points out of arcane, take some points out of intelligence, stuff like that, and get strength to like 30 to showcase some of those weapons. Because there's some cool like quality weapons in this game, but unfortunately they're all at the end. So when we get here, this looks like it's gonna kill you. My first playthrough, I was like dropping rainbow stones and they were breaking. I didn't know what to do. I see the note says jump, but people like spam you so much, you don't really know who to trust when it comes to these notes, you know what I mean? But when you land, turn around, some smithing stones. Now we're about to have a fight with Dude Bro again. So this is the real Ancient Dragon Man. So pretty much it's the same fight with like the Dragon Ball, the incantation he was using, and the Magma Worm's incantation with the where he spits lava on you. But this time his sword will have his Ash of War in full effect. He's gonna jump in the air and throw off like a slash at you. And it will one-shot you if it hits you. You know what I mean? It's like a magical arc kind of. So keep that in mind. Oh, or use that. Oh shit, bro. That's fine. I get my blast back when you press the start. I forgot I had already used it with the Magma Worm, trying to help break his stagger, which did help a little bit probably. But he has crazy poise, so keep that in mind. Now we only have a few minutes left in the episode, so we'll probably have to just take him out and wrap up with the next side of Grace. But I did plan on getting into Jagged Peak, into the Charleston Grave to go ahead and get those sites of Grace. But for now, until next episode, we'll have to kind of, put that off. So, but we'll get there. Oh, it still hit me. Thank God for those upgrades we got, y'all. We'd be dead. Bro. Guy healed just like start fighting for real. 2, 3, and 4. That thing's got a lot of reach. So does that. And he does get one heal, so keep that in mind. Oh, it's the thing with our health, guys. It does so much damage, so actually, after I was healing, one hit. Okay, so he one-shot us. This is beautiful. How much time do we have left? Are we even gonna get past him? Yeah. Yeah, so anytime he hits you, he's doing a third to like 40, maybe more than that, 40% of your health, 45%, just a huge, huge amount. Guess we just play it safe with our damn guard counters. There's my ice from my room. It's from my room. 4. Keep in mind, guys, you also have your summons. Just because I don't always use them, don't feel like you don't like use them. I'm just trying not to use them. So you guys have more of an advantage, you know what I mean? So if I'm getting past something without summons, you guys should be able to get past it with them. You know what I mean? So I'm doing the walkthrough. So if anyone has an advantage, if it's easier on anybody, it should be you guys. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, Spammy. Where is my fucking guard? What the fuck is going on? I don't know. If I get any closer on time, I might have to pull out a damn summon just to save time. He just does hella damage. Like I said, my first blind playthrough when I fought him, I didn't have like any upgrades at that point. It's pretty early on, you know what I mean? So, because I actually did Castle Incense before I even did the Legacy Dungeon. Get it? Ooh, that actually blocks. Oh, that must be like mainly fire damage. 2, 3. Bitch, I thought you already played that card. Yeah, I kind of know when that's coming though. It is different combos too, guys. I did not miss that. Too. So I think it's the one where he leaves for the splash. Dragon man. Okay, one-handed that. So that throws you off a little bit, you know what I mean? But still all in all the same. So really quick, Dragon Hunter's Great Katana. This is something worth talking about. So go to your inventory. So you see it's like a quality, it remains quality 2 when you upgrade it. So a quality Great Katana, 55 blood loss build up, 152 physical plus your scaling on your quality. However, when you actually read about it, Great Katana with spines of Gravelstone, which we know dragons are weak to, wielded by the ancient dragon man of the dragon's pit, has an anti-dragon effect. So we fight the monster Baal, what deadliest, most vile and deadliest of all dragons, and he is a son of a bitch. He makes Pseudosax look like a baby, even though lore-wise Pseudosax beat him supposedly. But yeah, he's a monster, guys. But pay attention, that has an anti-dragon effect. So this is more of a tool than it is a weapon, as we could use this on dragons. So, unique skill, designed to hunt colossal dragons. This skill cloaks the ornament with a jagged gravelstone aura before performing a high leaping slash. Charge the attack to also fire off the aura. So like I said, dragons are going to be weak to this. It's going to do increased damage to dragons, and that action ward is really good at targeting the dragon's head to also stagger them. You and Mimic both using that against dragons makes hard dragon fights into pretty much a joke, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty badass, guys, and very, very, very much worth at least upgrading to +9. Now, we're about to go fight a dragon beginning of next episode. As soon as we go out here, that's leading us to Sharzan Grave, which we're going to unlock, before we do anything else next episode. But then we'll, kind of be going through here. Either way, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here, guys, at the Dragon's Pit Terminus. Y'all stay tuned, and we will be back here shortly with another episode.